Hello, everyone, and welcome to the For the Content podcast. This is episode 19. I am your host, Colesy, and I'm joined, as always, by my other host, Rapskilian. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Hope you had a good Christmas and New Year. It's now 2023.
My kids were sick, so it was good.
Oh, my entire family's been sick as well, so
Yeah.
I think it's just a Christmas thing.
Yeah. So, before we started the podcast, I asked Colesy if he was okay because he seemed like he was a little bit drowsy, and I was going to be a follow-up question I want to ask on the podcast. Do you have hay fever?
No. Well, sometimes I do, but
Okay.
not now.
I have been feeling sickish for the last 3 days now, right? I've runny nose, congested nose, and like fever, like a weird sick, but I'm not fever or nothing like that.
Right.
This morning on the news, on the radio, they're like, oh, because it's so hot outside, the trees have started to release pollen way too early.
Okay, so the trees are screwing us.
The trees are just, I'm having hay fever in January.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think. I think what it is. Here's my thing. Why I'm just drowsy today.
Okay.
I started off today by recording a video
Oh, no.
in VR,
Oh, no.
and I think I kind of made myself feel sick afterwards. And so I think after that, I've kind of just been slowly recovering from making myself feel ill. So I think that might be it. But it was worth it. It was a funny video, hopefully. I edited it and it was good.
What game was it? Can we get a little bit of a tidbit?
Well, to be honest, I might release it sooner than the podcast comes out. But it was driving in VR, and I've never tried a driving game in VR before.
I've always wanted to try driving VR games, but just because what you said right before, I'm so scared of it.
It wasn't too bad. I played for about half an hour, that was all right. It's just afterwards I was like, I feel a bit rough now. And there was a few moments while I was playing that I was like, oh, this is weird. I feel like I'm moving, but I'm not, and it's weird. But that's just VR.
It's weird how the human brain can be so easily tricked into, actually believing there's motion when there's no motion at all.
It's so strange.
Humans are so easily tricked, man. We're so easily tricked. I wanted to say, because you just said that, and I was like, there's something I saw recently also, like, where the human brain can be easily tricked, but I forgot what it is. But VR games. There's a trailer for a VR game that I saw that looked so cool, and I really wanted to play it. But then I was like, A, I don't have a good VR headset, and B, I don't have the space for it. So basically, it's like a Starfleet command. Not like a Star Trek, but like you have your battle spaceship, and you have other ships with you, and you command them on this little big, like a 3D map you have in front of you. And then you can grab with your hands the controls of the ship and move your ship around, and then like shoot with the cannons and stuff. It looks really cool.
See, that's like that. See, taking driving makes me feel sick. If you put that in space and like 3-dimensional, I'm going to be like, oh, I'm just going to heave the entire time. But it sounds cool.
Like Star Citizen also has VR support.
Yeah, it does.
I want to play it, but I'm like, I don't, if I do that, I need like 1-2 days of not having to do anything, because I will be sick. And there has to be like a sick bucket next to me, because I know that I'm just a little noob when it comes to VR.
It does. I think the thing with VR, it takes a little bit of time to get used to it, because when I first got my first VR headset, I was like really excited about it, and I was playing loads of stuff, and then there'd be certain games that I'd finish and I'd be like, I need to like lay on the floor because I just feel so weird. But then slowly over time, your brain kind of gets used to it. But it's been a while since I've played VR, especially anything, with movement like that. So, I mean, I was like, ooh.
What if like VR becomes like the standard for video games?
I don't think it will.
Everyone just like, oh, let's go play some games. Like, okay, let's go play some Call of Duty. 2060 80 360
I
no
mean,
scope.
yeah. I mean, there's like trying to put like a first person shooter in VR is so strange to me. I've played a couple of them. I played a battle royale once that was in VR, and I just thought this just it kind of works, but it's just not, because you're just a person in a room, right? So you can't actually do all the movements. Nobody's like running around and then dropping prone on their living room floor to play this battle royale. It's just there's always going to be this element of weirdness to it.
Yeah.
I don't see it becoming the main thing. It's like an accessory, if you want.
Right. I think
that's
the
how I see
only
it.
time that we will be able to achieve that, like the same level of animation and or movement that we have in current video games, is when we have like neural uplinks.
Yeah, it's just we basically just need to play it in our brain.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. Because it's just like,
Yeah.
wasn't there an
That's just-
episode for like in Black Mirror about that?
Oh, probably. Yeah, it does sound like it.
I watched season 1 of Black Mirror and I never watched season 2. I think the reason why the last episode I remember in my head is the British Prime Minister or politician having to make love to the pig
Okay.
in that episode.
It's been a while, but I think I've seen all the Black Mirrors.
Oh,
I think
okay.
so.
Yeah, I just felt I need to watch. Like I fell off with watching TV shows. I like, for instance, recently I'm finally pushing myself to finish watching The Walking Dead,
I need to do that. I was quite close.
and then I need to finish The Fear of Walking Dead, and then there's another one.
I've watched the other one, which is about like those. It's about kids,
Right?
the sort of teenagers. That I quite like that one. That one was good. Fear of the Walking Dead. I got some way into, but then always end up falling off of that one because there's so much to catch up on.
Not only that, the character. You cannot.
It's
hear
not as good.
Can you hear yourself?
No.
1 second. Hi.
I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. Now I'm just worried about it now, but hopefully it's just I don't know.
It's weird. Like
I'm going to be honest. Right? You know, last time you did an audio upgrade.
Yeah. Oh, you did an audio.
I have done an audio upgrade and changed my USB interface thing. So I've got the Scarlett, whatever it's called. I plugged that in because I figured it might stop that robot voice thing that I said that happens sometimes. As far as I'm aware, it has stopped that.
Okay.
But apparently now I have maybe new issues.
With every new tech you plug into your setup, there will be 5 or 6 issues that show up, and then you have to work through it. That is that's just a part of being a content
too
creator.
bad.
And well, it wasn't as bad as mine until you know what? You know what happened?
What?
I found the setting.
Okay.
What the hell name it was? It was Mix USB.
Mix USB, right? Okay.
Okay, sure. Make it much more clear.
I'm just gonna try turning it down a bit, and maybe that'll help.
Okay, because you do sound a little bit different today.
I think it sounds a little different, not massively, but a little bit.
Yeah, it's just you sound more loud. More
loud. Yeah, I've probably got it turned up a bit louder. I don't know.
Yeah, because you're recording like the video. Oh, you don't record with a live microphone, right?
What?
A live microphone. Live.
A lavalier. Yeah, I've
Lavalier.
got one of those.
Oh, sorry, you're British.
I know
Lavalier.
No, that's just the full. I used it this morning to record VR, and I don't know where I've put it, but yeah, I used that. Oh, I don't know. Now I'm just okay. I'm just stressing about shit.
Okay,
Sorry.
Just look at me, Colesy. Look at me. Colesy, look at me.
I'm looking. I look at you
Look
directly
at me in the eyes.
eyes.
Look at the camera. We're fine. All is well. I don't hear myself anymore.
Okay, I've just turned it down a bit. I probably just had it too loud.
Too loud. Yeah. I did a mess up.
You
I
did
did a mess up.
You did.
We shouldn't swear anymore on YouTube because it's bad.
You can swear on YouTube.
Not anymore. Colesy, literally.
Yes, you can.
I've
Yes, you
tested
can.
it. I've tested it.
No, you can. You definitely can, dude. All my videos, I swear.
Yeah, but the big
Every
YouTubers.
every time you upload a video, yeah, you go through the whole. Do you have to do? I don't know whether you have to do it because of monetization. It might just be a monetization thing. But when you upload, you go to like the first page where you put your title and your thumbnail and that, and then the second page is monetizing maybe, and then the third one is a page where you have to sort of like declare how safe your video is. Do you have to do that?
I just have to declare there's no kids in it.
Okay, so I'm going to educate you a little bit here. Because normally you're educating me on stuff. This is the one time I know something you know. So then after you click, like, do the monetizing, you have to select what kind of ads you want on it and whether you want mid-roll ads and stuff. Then it takes you to another page and it's got like all these different categories. And one of them's like swearing. And then one of them's like, you know, like adult themes. One of them's violence. And basically you have to go into those and select if your video has any of that. And there's like different severity. So basically the only one I ever really have to do is the swearing one because I never have any violence or sex or anything in the video. So in that swearing one, there is swearing, but it's not within, I think it says not within the first 15 seconds. And then you can tick that box. And that's the box I always tick because whenever I edit a video, I've always kind of done it like the first minute of a video, I will not swear. If there is any swearing, I will bleep it or censor it. And then you tick that and then it says, yeah, no, that's fine. You're safe for advertisers with that. But if you put any of the other like higher up categories, it'll go, it's not safe for ads, just to let you know.
Okay.
And then like it starts off that. So as far as I'm aware, you're allowed to swear, but just
apparently, according to like a lot of big YouTubers, there's been a secret, like a behind the scenes policy change and also an enforcement. So if you have swears anywhere in your video, it isn't pushed in the algorithm as much as a squeaky clean video.
Yeah, but that's going to be like impossible for me. I'm actually screwed. I'm just so screwed because I'm just so used to swearing.
Yeah, so what I've in my last like upload, I just like censored it. Like I bleeped out the swears.
Yeah, it takes extra time to do that.
Also, the thing is, I'm trying to, and it's even before this YouTube policy thing, even way before that, I wanted to stop swearing in my videos and also my live streams because it just makes me more accessible to this is going to sound horrible when I say this, a younger age group.
No, you want those kids.
This is
what it sounds like.
No, this is getting cut.
Hang on, I'm trying to fit. I really am stressing about this mic stuff.
Colesy, it's good. You're good.
Hang on, how's this? Does this work? Hello. That doesn't even work.
I can't hear you.
Okay, hang on.
I can't hear you.
Okay. Okay. Is
hands in the air.
Okay.
Now I can hear myself again.
Okay. What?
What did you do? You did something.
I did nothing. I didn't do anything. I changed the setting and then I changed it back, and then you're like, I can hear myself.
Oh, the beauty
of God.
Colesy, it's okay. Everything's fine.
Okay.
Everything's fine.
Okay.
Colesy, you're not having a breakdown. Let's talk about how Rapskilian might have accidentally helped in doxing somebody on accident when I was trying to do something nice.
Okay, let's just report this crime. Okay, cool.
So I was in a public bathroom.
Okay.
This is really good story.
It's a weird start, yeah.
I wanted to use the urinal, but the urinal was in a state of do not come close to me, you will get sick, if you know what I mean. It was not cleansed. I went to the toilet stall. There's only one toilet stall, and I done my thing. I look at the wall, and usually there's graffiti on the wall everywhere, right? And some people do this thing where they write down the telephone numbers or random numbers. It's like, oh, call me for a good time or something. And one of these messages I saw was like, call this number if you want to have fun with this person. And you could clearly see this was written by like a very, very, very young child. And you could, as the way the message was written in German, you could see it was more of someone trying to dox somebody else.
Right.
Like somebody wrote someone else's number there, so that person get random weird calls. And it was fresh. Like you see the ink was still fresh. And I was like, oh, I have a good idea. I'm going to be a good person. I'm going to take some hand paper and some soap, and I'm just going to clean it off.
Okay.
Now, mind you, the lettering and the number wasn't very clear, but if you squinted a lot, you could make out a number. There's a lot of dirt and stuff on the wall because the wall was very dirty in this bathroom, as you have come to understand.
Yes.
I put the soap on the hand paper, and I'm like, I'm going to clean this now, and it's going to be a nice person. I make 3-4 wipes, and when I take a step back, I realize I've just cleaned the wall and made that message more clear.
So you cleaned all around the number, but that number was like perfectly in a clean space. Now.
And I was like, oh no. I freaked out, so I was like, oh shit. So I went back to the sink and I got hot water and I took more hand paper, more soap. I kept cleaning it. I was just like, this is just making the wall nice and clean. This message isn't going away. And I was like, I'm just going to leave right now before someone sees me. So all the other graffiti that was around this message was cleaned away. All the dirt, all the smut was cleaned away. And this one particular message now has like a circle of cleanliness around it. This single message in the middle of it.
Yep.
And I was like, oh no. I'm just going to walk away from the situation. No one knows it's going to be me. So if you're ever
I like the fact that in a weird way, you sort of feel like you were doing a bad thing by cleaning graffiti, and you were like, I don't want to get caught. I don't want people to catch me cleaning. That's ridiculous.
And the weird thing is, like, this toilet is next to like a church.
Okay, cool.
So why the church hasn't cleaned it up or anything? It's their fault.
Maybe it just happens often, and they're like, I cannot be asked cleaning this. But apparently, that person who did that used like an amazing pen. Yeah,
because it's just like. I looked at it at first, I was like, you got to be kidding me. So it took like, I thought, okay, maybe because I use cold water, I'm going to use hot water now.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's not going away. It's just looking more clean. Oh my God. The message is more readable now. Oh no.
You are just such a good citizen. The fact that you saw graffiti and thought, I'm going to clean that, because there's no chance that I would have done that. Not a chance. I would have been like,
I just felt bad. I just felt bad because that person probably had to like, was probably getting weird messages from weird people. And it's just like, oh, I don't want to be that. I felt bad. Like at that moment, I was like, oh, I'm feeling bad now. I need to do something. And I always do that thing where I'm like, I see a situation or something that's happening. I'm like, oh, that's a bad situation. It's nothing involving me. It's nothing. There's no reason for me to get involved. But I'm like, I gotta help this person.
Yourself.
I gotta help this person. Or like when I picked my kids up at school, and there's other kids bullying another kid. Like all the other parents are like, and I'm like, you little shit. I walked up to one of the kids. I was like, if you touch him one more time. He's like, what are you going to do? I'm going to find your parents. I'm going to talk to them. And he's like, okay, I'm sorry. And then other parents are like, oh, you shouldn't get involved in kids. You should let them just do what they're doing so that, they grow up stronger. No.
Yeah, there's a line at some point where you're like, no, I have to step in, especially when it's kids and you're like, look, I'm a grown up. I have to be a grown up and be like, come on, guys, this is stupid. Stop it.
Yeah. Like, also, like the one time there were people giving out Bibles in front of my kids' school.
Okay.
I got angry.
What's wrong with that?
It's not a place to give up things. You don't give up religion. Like if. I'm telling you, all the Swiss parents, if there was a guy giving out Qurans to the kids, they would be like,
the difference. Yeah.
It's just like, oh, yes. What they were doing also was really not nice. They were going to the kids of color, like the colored skinned kids, and be like, here's a nice Christmas gift.
See, we got given Bibles at school.
Yeah, me
Like,
too. But I'm like, that's when
well-
1990 or something.
No, but I mean, we got given those like I don't know whether you got the same thing.
pocket,
They're like
small pocket Bibles.
little, yeah. Thinking about that now, that is a little bit weird because you're like, why did you just give out the Bible? Why didn't we get loads of different ones? Like, give us one of each, so that then we can read them all and make a decision. Like we read them anyway. I didn't
They
read
don't
it.
want
What
to
you on
make you.
about?
They don't want you to make decisions. They just want you to accept.
Well, I didn't because I think it's all bollocks. So it didn't work.
It worked.
So stupid.
I just spilled milk on my pants.
Well done, you.
I'm great. So before we start the podcast, I was like, I'm gonna eat my cereal, and then Colesy wrote me, I'm ready. I'm like, damn it. So yeah, Colesy, we've been playing a lot of Project Zomboid recently.
You've been playing a hell of a lot more than me. You're addicted.
I'm having so much fun with this. It's so much fun, and I'm not saying this because I got like 1,000 views in my second video.
Yeah, you are. Yes, you are.
Like, there's so many cool things about it. Stop rolling your eyes when I bend over to put down the cereal bowl.
I'm not.
I
just
saw
blinking.
it. Don't blink.
I can't not blink. My eyes are dry.
You're having allergies. I'm telling you now.
It could be.
The thing is, really, the whole Project Zomboid, I think, has given me a lot of new hope for the channel. And also Minecraft. What the hell was that all about, man?
Well, you told me, and I was like, I don't understand it, but I mean,
I
same
don't
way that
understand
I'm
either.
not trying to like shit on your successes because I'm not.
Shit on
But,
me,
like,
please.
I see your video get 1,000. I'm like, why's my video not got 1,000? What did he do? I don't know what to do. I'm just trying to do the same thing, but I don't know, it's good. We're both enjoying it. It's a fun game.
I think
It's a good time.
what I do, and I usually what I do is always upload a video. I check my view count, right? Okay, I check it periodically every 15 minutes. I've got into the habit now. Every time you upload a video, I go to your channel. I check up your views also.
Oh, you're just checking on me. Yeah, mine's just not going anywhere. Yeah.
I was like, Colesy, come on, man, come on.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
The thing is also, like, it's so random. I feel it's so random.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I remove the face cam and it gets more views. I do a stupid little intro, it does the more views. Also, this is the part that hurt me. Like, really, really, YouTube's analytics. If you're not a person that if you don't like getting criticized or getting criticism, like you're not a little bit sensitive, don't look at YouTube analytics because they are the most harshest shit in the world.
They can be.
41% of people clicked off after 30 seconds of that 1,800 views.
Yeah, so they like your intro, and then they...
No, they don't like the intro. That's the thing.
I was going to say, they liked the intro, and then they got bored, but I'm like, well, no, because I guess they watched the intro and then thought, not for me. So,
yeah,
I don't know.
So now I'm like... because I set myself this New Year's goal of learning one new editing technique per video that I upload.
Okay.
So now for the next upload, I'm going to add raised words in the ground. If that makes any sense.
Words in the ground.
So for the intro, usually I'm like, hi, hello. So when that happens, the character is going to be walking on the screen, and on the floor where he's walking, the words hi, hey, hello are going to come out of the ground.
Right, okay, I get it.
And like throughout the video, if something like I want to indicate to something or something, the words are going to just come out of the ground and then point with an arrow to the item or things. Like that's like a little 3D animation.
It's a good idea.
I opened After Effects and I stared at it blankly for 20 minutes. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And
it gets very complicated.
It gets very complicated. Then I opened like YouTube. I gave in how to do this into on After Effects, and then I looked at a tutorial that was like a half an hour long, and then I realized only after watching it for 20 minutes, it's for a really old version of After Effects, and everything has changed and everything is new. And I was like, It's fine. I'm fine. I'm
Yeah.
happy.
It'll do that. See, I do that same thing too. I'll be like, oh, I want to, there'll be some specific little thing that I need to want to just punch the mic, want to figure out how to do.
Yeah.
And you look it up and you're like, I've got to find the same version, because if it's a different version, then everything's different anyway, or something's moved and it's not where it was or whatever. I have this. I have this thing with editing.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'll edit a video, and generally what I'll do is I'll go through and I'll cut. I'll just go through first and I'll basically cut.
Yeah.
So I'll just cut bits. Sometimes I'll add a little marker to the video when I've got to a part and I'm like, oh, that'd be a good point to do something with. Like, for example, the Zomboid video I just put out yesterday.
Yeah.
There were points where I like put a flashback to
I saw that.
a previous episode. So I went through and cut it, but I knew as I was cutting that I wanted to put a flashback in, so I put a couple markers. And then it's like, I could go through that and I could do that like 6 or 7 times, go over the whole thing, adding little bits, adding more. And then I'm like, I don't know whether it's worth doing that sometimes, because sometimes I could spend hours on making a video with like these 3D graphics that you're talking about and all this clever editing. And I'm just like, I don't know whether it's worth it, because then you see other people's videos, and I'm not shitting on anyone else's video at all, but like some of them are literally just face cam in the corner, like barely even cut, just a video, and it'll do really well. And I'm like, well, I'm trying to add extra and I feel like I'm suffering for it, but then it's kind of my style. Like, I can't leave it unedited because I feel weird about that, because it just feels wrong and not as good.
I think the era of simple edits of just like bare bone edit videos are coming to an end.
But that's my favorite.
I know, me too. I love bare bones. It's the most favorite thing for me to do. It's like, oh, face cam, audio sync, upload, bye.
I mean, yeah.
Because of TikTok.
But TikTok's not necessarily highly edited.
No, but it's short form concentration grabbing content. And do you know why Cocomelon videos do so good with kids?
Oh, Cocomelon.
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 Hate it too. It's because there's a cut every 15 seconds or 20 seconds.
Yeah, see, I've seen somebody saying the same thing, like you have to zoom, or you have to move, or you have to put something on screen every so many seconds to keep people's attention. And I'm just like,
that is exhausting.
Oh, I can't imagine putting that much work. Even like a 10-minute video will take you forever, because you've got to constantly change everything and move and zoom and move. Oh.
And it's, I think, the if I have more time, then I'll be able to do. But I think once you have a process and have a system of how to make those kind of videos, they're just so much more faster to make.
Yeah, because it's definitely like, when I started, I was editing on probably Movie Maker or something similar to that, and that's got so many just basic effects, and you get used to those. And then I moved over to a different editing software, and slowly you learn how to use these features and green screening and chroma keying and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then the more you do it, the easier it is and the quicker you pick it up. And now I can zoom through and edit fairly quickly with basic effects and stuff, because I'm used to doing it. It's when you've got to try and force yourself to spend the 30 minutes to learn this one dumb, stupid thing that you're like, it's going to be 1 second of the video. And you're like, but it's going to be worth it.
It's so worth it. I still haven't cleaned your face, by the way.
What? You haven't cleaned my face?
Yeah, there's still that one spot of smut on your face, and I need to clean my screen. I have not done that yet. It's been a very busy thing. I was listening to the podcast at work. The Prime drink episode.
Okay.
And I was at my work doing my rounds, and I had my car my phone linked up to my car via Bluetooth, so I was listening to the car to the car speaker. Sorry, to the speaker on the car that was listening to the podcast, and I was laughing. And I think honestly, it was one of our best episodes to date.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually think it was one of my favorite episodes today because it was so funny. And that part where we talk about the the special love-making game from historical figures.
Yeah.
I forgot we talk about that in the podcast. And it's just like, I had the volume turned up and I was just like delivering my stuff. And it was like, oh, there's a Stalin version of this. And I was like, oh, turn down the volume, turn down the volume.
No, I see. I did that the other day. Maybe it was the same episode. I don't know. But I went onto Spotify to check if it was still there. I don't know. I've got this fear of it disappearing now because I couldn't find it for so long. And I was listening. I think it said, do you want to leave a review? And I was like, yeah, I should leave a review. What am I, stupid? I want to review my own thing, make it look better. And then it was like, oh, you have to listen to like more of it. And I was like, oh, okay, fine. So I just put it on and I had it going. And I'm like, yeah. I think I prefer listening to us do the
Sometimes
podcast.
It's
than
more funny.
Watching us do the podcast. I don't know why, but I'm like, no, we sound more professional. It sounds like a podcast. I don't
just our faces.
Look at these idiots. I don't. Oh, it's just so weird.
Yeah, it was. It's a weird. It's different. It's a different experience to listen to the podcast and then watching the podcast. By the way, Spotify now allows video.
Yes,
podcast.
I've seen.
And I was like, that's just YouTube with an extra step. Why?
Yeah, it's like, who's going to Spotify? Who's going there for their video content?
Joe Rogan's people, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe we should upload all of our normal YouTube videos onto specific Spotify channels as well.
So yeah, that was a cool experience and fun experience having old people look at me weirdly. Why are you listening to something with your own voice in it? I had to explain that to one of the people that this is my podcast. And she's like, "That's pretty egotistical of you to listen to your own content, right?" I'm like, well, if you think about it, if you make dinner, if you were to make dinner, you eat your own dinner, right?
That's a bit different though, isn't it? Because like, you're making dinner because you're going to eat dinner. You're not making the podcast because you want to. You're like, oh, I really want to listen to someone talk. I could just listen to me talk.
But that's I'm so entertaining. I'm so interesting. It's weird because when I started, I don't know about you, but when I started making content, I was really weirded out by my own voice.
Probably, yeah. It's been a while, but yeah.
And now I'm like, I kind of like listening to my own videos and like going back and watching my old, or like not the old ones, but like, you know, semi-recent videos. And I'm like, oh, that's not so bad. But when I watch my really old videos, I'm like, stop.
I just find it weird watching myself, like watching a video I've made, because like my daughter will watch. She'll be like, oh, I watched the video, you know, from like, it'll be like 2 years ago where you ate that funny candy that tastes like vomit or whatever it was. And I'm just like, okay, cool. But then like, if she's like, oh, can we watch your new video? Can we put it on the TV? I'm like, no, we're not watching that. What are you on? I'm not putting that on in the living room. That's weird.
You need to change the... Colesy, I need to turn you into a Logan Paul level of content creation boy. You need to become so more self-confident with your content, my dude.
It's not that. It's just I already had to record it and edit it, and I don't need to. I know everything that happens in it. If she wants to go and watch the video, she can go and watch the video. If like my brother wants to watch the video, watch the video. I just don't want to sit there with you watching myself because I'm going to be like, oh yeah, in a minute, this is where that thing happens because I know it happens. I've seen it 7 times. It's that. It's not that I dislike my content. It's just I know it all already. It's like I won't want to watch the same YouTube video 7 times really because I will have seen it.
So basically, you have the Johnny Depp effect.
Oh, what's that?
Johnny Depp doesn't watch his own videos. Is it Johnny Depp? I think it's Johnny Depp that doesn't watch his own videos.
His own
movies. Yeah. He cannot. No, wait. It's not Johnny Depp. It's Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves cannot watch his own movies. Well, either one of those two, Johnny Depp or Keanu Reeves. I remember them saying in the interview that when they go to premieres of their own movies, they don't actually sit in the premiere to watch the movie because it makes them so uncomfortable.
A little bit, but there's a difference there because at least in that situation, like you're acting in the movie, but you're not editing the movie. Like, so you haven't really seen how the final thing has come together.
Yeah.
Whereas because I'm a one-person team, you know, if I had an editor, obviously then I would watch the videos back and I'd probably enjoy them because I'd probably be like, oh, that's funny what they did there. Whereas because I've done it all, I'm not going to go like, oh, I really look how good I am at editing. Look at that funny bit I've done. That seems silly.
I don't know. Sometimes I just watch my own videos back sometimes and I'm like, oh, that was a funny moment in that game and a funny moment in the video. It makes me giggle. That I don't know. Like this sounds so cliche when you say it, but like I love making content that I will enjoy myself. If I watch my video back, and not once have I giggled, or if I feel the need to click off my own video, it's a bad video.
Well, no shit. Like even I hate this, and it's me. Yeah, no, I agree with you though, because like, especially when I edit the podcast. I find myself laughing at things that we talked about. And I'm like, I was in that. I don't know why I'm laughing now. I already witnessed it once. But yeah, no, it's... And I do that with videos as well. I'll be like, oh, this is a funny bit. Look at my reaction. And it does make you laugh.
Yeah, because when I originally started making videos on YouTube, what I did was I would just, like I said at the beginning, webcam, audio, gameplay, sync up, cut the end, upload. I would never watch my videos. I would just upload. And then I was watching a Respawn episode, Respawn Mail from Machinima.
Right.
I think it was Hutch. I don't know if you guys know who this is. Hutch is a Call of Duty commentator who does things on the internet. He's like, every time I make a video, I rewatch my own video. And if at any point in time, I basically minimize the video, look away from the screen, or just look at my phone during the video, that's not a good video. If I'm not myself and encapsulated and laughing and enjoying this video, how the hell are random people on the internet going to enjoy the same video?
Yeah, it's true. It makes sense.
So you have to be your own worst critic. Like if you yourself feel like, because you, like you said, you know what's going to happen. You've been editing this video for God knows how long. So you know all the puns, the clicks, the jokes, the surprises, the downs, the ups. You know, the twist ending with the unknown character who's the evil twin or some shit. You know everything's going to happen.
Yeah.
But you still have to be able to enjoy the video after all that. And if you enjoy it even after all that, then it's a good video to go. Because that's why also now, instead of doing 2 videos a week, I do only 1 video a week.
But then when you've done that, right, when you've put all this effort in, when you've loved this video, when you've watched it and you think, I've laughed 7 times during this video, it's great, and then it gets 8 views, it's very, very disheartening, because then you go, well, I spent fucking hours on that and nobody cares.
Yeah, you know, you're like that guy that, you know, paints the Mona Lisa and everyone's like, oh, just a picture. Just a lady on a thing. And you have to die to make it. Why am I out of focus?
Your camera hates you.
No, I have to sit up straight. Oh, God damn it. Stop making me sit up straight.
So have you flipped your camera?
Yes.
Okay, so, because it confused me for a second.
Why is it just upside down or what?
I was just like, when you first joined the call, I was like, hang on, this is backwards. Oh no, he's just flipped the camera again.
No.
Why are you flipping the camera? What are you doing?
I told you so when I read the chat. Why are you focusing on my microphone the whole time? Is my lighting not good enough?
No, it's my logo. It really wants to show it off. I just had a squeak. Oh, now that looks weird.
Yeah, it just looks horrible. Sorry, I'm turn that.
That's so strangely lit.
Sodomite it. So where was I? Totally forgot where I was now.
We were talking about how the Mona Lisa, and it's just a picture of a woman.
Yeah, the thing is, I am so used to having no views on my videos that when it gets more than 10 views, I'm like, oh
yeah, no, I'm still in the same boat as you. Like, I'm not trying to say that, but sometimes
it's okay, Colesy. I know you're like 7,022K subscribers, and I sent him a message saying congratulations. He's like, thanks.
It's because, right, for starters, I try not to I don't ever want to get any type of big-headed with any of the numbers. Whether it's a video does well or whatever, I'll just be like, oh shit, that did well, I'm happy about it. Or I have a nice amount of subscribers and I'm happy about it. There's always stuff to aim for the future, which is what I want to continue to do. And continuing growth is more important than being like, look at me, I have this many, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Doesn't. And also, just because I have like 7,000, you're getting better views on videos than I am. So my 7,000 means nothing, and that, like, it doesn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the problem is 1,800 people, and 41% of them are just like, this guy sucks in 30 seconds. Within 30 seconds, they decided this guy sucks.
Okay, but at least you had those people come and give you a chance.
Yeah, that's true.
But the other reason that I was like, so like, thanks, was because it seemed like such a strange number to congratulate somebody on.
Yeah, because you went like from 7,000. I don't understand. Is it 7,109, 220?
Hang on, let me look.
Subscribers?
I think it's 7,120 or 7,220.
Yeah. So 7,220, right?
Yeah.
Weird. Why just do that? Why do that? Why is YouTube putting a dot in there? It makes it so hard to understand for my dyslexic brain. I was staring at it going, I looked at that and I was like, 7.22?
Yeah.
And it was like, for a moment, I was really just staring off and like the nothing is like trying to figure that out. I was like, 7,220 subscribers. I've got it.
Yeah, but it's just such an odd number. That's all.
And then he went up and up and up, and I was like, "Oh, it's already at 7,220 and like 200." And then he went up to 7,220. And I was like, "Oh, Colesy!"
Yeah, but the thing is, there's nothing exciting that happens until like 100. Well, I mean, 10K. 10K is like
you get
cool.
a goal. Yeah, you get
That's
what plaque.
I like aiming for 10K, and then 100K is when you get your first plaque.
Wait, what?
And then 1,000,000. You don't get anything for 10K.
Didn't they used to have a plaque for 10K?
No, it was only 100K and 1,000,000.
No,
and then you get like 10 million.
I thought it was nothing. No way. There has to be a. No, Colesy, you're destroying my hopes and dreams.
You got a ways to go, my friend. But like for you, you're coming up to the 1,000, which is like that is a good goal. That's a cool. That a thing happens at 1,000, and a thing happens at. Well, nothing happens at 10, but 10's like a nice round number.
Yeah,
and
10
then
is
it's
great.
Like 100. I'd like to. This is like I don't really do like.
You're right. 100Ks, you get the. If you get 100K,
you get the
it's
silver.
Like,
I don't really like to like set a goal, but I would really like to get 10K this year, which I realize is probably a ways off and probably not. Well, here's the thing. It's so random, YouTube in general, and like whether stuff does well, who knows? I could hit 1,000,000 by the end of the year. Who the hell knows? We just don't know at this point.
You said by this end of this year you want to hit 10,000, right?
Are you looking on
Social Blade?
Whatever it is. Yeah.
So according to
tell
Social
me
Blade,
in 6 years,
no,
I'll hit
12
10K.
months. 12 months.
Really?
Yeah.
So we just got to speed that up a little bit.
What is it? Speed up a little bit. What are you insinuating there?
I don't know what that meant, but I just meant like we've got to speed it up a little bit so that I can get there before 2024.
Yeah, because like weirdly, every time I open Social Blade, it goes to your channel first.
It's because you're looking at me the most, probably. It's like
my wife is like, "Why are you checking out Colesy's channel stats so much?" I was like, "Because I really want my friend to succeed." It's just like this is the first time, and I've also realized it's the first time that I've been so excited to work with somebody and also see their like success.
I really appreciate that, honestly.
Like really, because like I felt people that I worked with in the past, they are very little to like almost to know people that I worked with, but people that I tried to work with or talk to or collaborate in some sense have always been bigger than me and always had a sense of arrogance around them.
Okay.
It's always been like this moment of like, oh yeah, we'll work, do something together, and then they set up dates and appointments and meetings and everything, and I buy things for preparation, and they never come through.
Mm.
And it's always this moment like, oh, I'm so sorry, I had a busy appointment and blah blah blah, 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 blah. Or oh, I'm sorry that I forgot. But with you, it was like, okay, he's a bigger YouTuber than I am. Content creator. No, don't put your fingers in your butthole, mate. And then you took your time, and you were also very much always ready to do cool content and just be there. And that's awesome. It's really, I really do appreciate it. And I was like, that's why I was like so excited to when you get like when you hit that subscriber account. I was like, oh yeah, Colesy, because that's a positive growth.
Yeah, I mean, I get you because I feel the same way about you. It's like it's nice to see you grow and grow your channel and be successful. And like I said, it's super cool to see your videos do so well. And
but also,
like, even though there's that tiny bit of jealousy that goes, why is mine not doing that? I'm still going, wow, he's doing well. That doesn't affect me badly. I'm happy that you're doing well and that you've got this. Like the fact that we weirdly found Zomboid and we're just like, dude, we're just really into this game and this game. And then it actually does well and we're like, oh my god, now there's 2 reasons to play this game. Because I like it and because people like to watch it.
The community is also very nice, by the way.
Hmm?
The community is very nice.
They do seem very accepting of us.
Yeah.
Of new people. And that's nice.
It is very nice.
But I don't know. I like making stuff. That's my thing. I don't care whether it's with somebody that has no followers. I just like making stuff. You know what I mean? Like if it's somebody that's like good at something or they've got their thing and I'm like, oh, look, I'll let you into a little secret here.
All right.
I've been toying with the idea of D&D, right? I've never done D&D, but I've always thought it sounds like a cool thing to do.
Me
and
too.
it's a bit nerdy. Fuck off, I love it. Okay, get over it. I'm a big nerd. I've always kind of wanted to do it, but I've never had anyone that I know that did it.
Mm.
And it's very complicated.
Very.
But I have been speaking to somebody on Twitter who does D&D and they do streams of it and stuff.
I know.
Like, yeah. And I was like, look, I'm down to do it, but I think what we need to do is I'd like to do it with a group of people that are the same as me that basically know nothing about it.
Yeah.
You lead the way, you teach us how to do it, you give us a super simple story and like break us in.
Yeah.
And I think that'd be way more interesting than if I just went to join one of the streams, I'd be like, I don't know what the flipping heck I'm doing. I don't know what to do. Everybody else would be like, oh, I've played D&D for 5 years. And I'll be like, I don't know what to do at all. What do I do? And it just would be rubbish. But with other people that are in the same situation. So potentially that is something that I'm looking at doing.
That'd be really cool.
So
yeah. If I could jump in there, that'd be awesome.
Oh yeah, no, you're already like, I've got you in my head as a seat for like another character, so that's all good.
If you talk about D&D, there's only one quote that I've always remembered, and I don't know if you don't know. If you don't know this, it's okay, but it's sad. But it's a quote that goes, "I cast magic missile in the darkness."
I have never heard of that.
Oh, there's a game called Summoner. And on the PlayStation 2, and like the end screen, like if you finish the game, the credits finish, all the characters are playing D&D together, and the main character is like, I rolled to cast magic missiles into the darkness. And the guy's like, but there's nothing in the darkness. It's like, but I cast magic missiles into the darkness. And it's just so funny. It's I need to send you the video.
I just like with D&D. I like
the freedom.
It's the fact that it's like, imagine a video game, right? But you can do anything. Your imagination is the limit. That's what D&D is. It's like, that's the fun part of it. You get put in a situation and then somebody will say something that you would never have thought of. You'd be like, I'm gonna turn into water and then go through the keyhole and that's how I'm gonna get through the locked door. And they'll be like, oh my god, I never even thought of that as an option. Let's roll a dice and see if it happens. It sounds so cool.
I'm going to send you...
You're going to send me a video? Okay.
No, I'm going to send you a link to watch it together at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Stop playing
That's
ads!
more complicated. That's complicated, but we will do it.
Gallstaff, you have entered the door to the north. You are now by yourself, standing in a dark room. The pungent stench of mildew emanates from the wet dungeon walls.
Where are the Cheetos?
They're right next to you.
I cast a spell. Where's the Mountain Dew?
In the fridge, duh.
I want to cast a spell. Can I have a Mountain Dew?
Yes, you can have a Mountain Dew, just don't get it.
I can cast any of these, right? On the list?
Yes, any of the first level ones.
I'm gonna get a soda. Anyone want one? Hey, Graham, I'm not in the room, right?
What room?
I want to cast Magic Missile. The room where he's casting all these spells from.
He hasn't cast anything yet.
I am, though, if you'd listen. I'm casting Magic Missile.
Why are you casting Magic Missile? There's nothing to attack here.
I'm attacking the darkness.
Fine. You attack the darkness. There's an elf in front of you.
Whoa!
That's me, right? He's wearing a brown tunic, and he has gray hair and blue eyes.
No, I don't. I have gray eyes.
Let me see that sheet.
Well, it says I have blue, but I decided I wanted gray eyes.
Whatever. Okay, you guys can talk to each other now if you want.
Hello.
Hello.
I am Gallstaff, Sorcerer of Light.
Then how come you had to cast Magic Missile?
You guys are being attacked.
Do I see that happening?
No, you're outside by the tavern.
Cool, I get drunk.
There are 7 ogres surrounding you.
How could they surround us? I had Mordenkainen's magical watchdog cast.
No, you didn't.
I'm getting drunk. Are there any girls there?
I totally did. You asked me if I wanted any equipment before this adventure, and I said no. But I need material components for all my spells, so I cast Mordenkainen's faithful watchdog.
But you never actually cast it.
Roll the dice to see if I'm getting drunk.
Yeah, you are.
Are there any girls there?
Yeah.
I did, though. I completely said when you asked me.
No, you didn't. You didn't actually say that you were casting the spell. So now there's ogres, okay?
Ogres? Man, I got an ogre slaying knife. It's got a +9 against ogres.
You're not there. You're getting drunk.
Okay, but if there's any girls there, I want to do them.
Oh man, it is a classical. It is an absolute classical video.
That is very strange. But it's that wildness
adventure,
of
yeah.
everyone's doing their own thing. Everyone's just decided, hey, I don't want to do the main thing. I'm going to go and get drunk. It's like, I love that. It's so funny.
Yeah, I've watched this person. I think we're talking about the same person. He's streaming. I was like, oh, this looks like fun. And I always like, there's a guy in my area that does like D&D sessions.
Yeah.
And I asked him like, hey, can I join one of your D&D sessions? He's like, no. Like,
No, you cannot.
why? And he's like, oh, not because we don't want you to join. It's just our campaign has been going on for the last 6 months.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. We can't. There's no way you can jump into something like that as a newbie.
He's like, oh, yeah, so that's why, like, there's no way you can get in there because you don't know what you're doing. And secondly,
Yeah.
there's no way we can introduce your character into the world because the world is in such a dire situation. And I was like, dude,
Okay.
I understand. I'm fine. Okay. I'm going to go
Okay.
cry, but fine.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, but it makes sense. That's why I've only had a brief conversation, but I've said, like, if we're going to do it, it has to be something that we can do.
Short and easy.
Yeah, not too long. You know, if we do a few sessions, that's fine, but
Yeah.
nothing that's going to be super complicated.
Yeah.
But it sounds cool. That's
Yeah.
something I'd like to do this year. It's one of those things that I've sort of gone, it's something I want to try and do some new stuff.
Yeah.
If I can. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we're coming to the end of the episode.
Okay.
Yes. Sad faces all around. It's been the first episode. No? It's the second episode of 2023, right?
Well, it's the first episode that we've recorded.
in 2023.
So I'm counting it as the first.
Yeah, okay. Wherever you may be watching this video, be it on
Or listening.
or listening, please listen to the podcast as we discussed it in the podcast beforehand. It's so much better to have our voices in your ears or on your car radio. So when we talk about weird sexual things that your neighbors and all people next to you can hear and experience with you, and they can be like, that sounds interesting. I want to know everything about this podcast you're listening to because my life is so dreadfully sad and it's 2023 and it's hay fever season in January. Please let me know what this is, and then I'll let you know. This is the For the Content podcast, a podcast that is not only going to be the best thing that's going to happen to the internet in 2023, it's going to be the everlasting thing happening. I don't know what that means. I just thought it would sound cool when I say that. Anyway, boys and girls, check the description below for our information. There's our links to our Twitters, to our TikToks. By the way, I deleted TikTok. Just wait for the next episode to talk about that. Because we couldn't fit in. There's no way we can fit that in.
Okay.
And also our links are in the description below. Colesy's link, my links, and also to the podcast in the audio format. If you're listening to the video format, if you listen to the audio format, then the vice versa is all there. So, my name's been Rapskilian. He's been Colesy.
I have.
Yeah, he still is. In the present.
I'll continue to be.
Continually, he decides. We'll go with it. And this has been For the Content podcast. I'm so dyslexic. Bye-bye.